Hello, this is Keith George, and I'm going to go over a demonstration of how to format text in any of the ALEKS resource submission tools. So this will apply to editing text and formatting text in the lesson plan submission tool, the podcast submission tool, the learning assets submission tool as well. So the first thing we're going to do is open up one of these submissions. I'm going to go to my personal workspace. You can see that I'm already logged in because I have a welcome message. And we'll look first at an existing lesson plan that I have been working on. So I'm going to go to current plans, and I'm going to edit this demo plan that I created in a previous video. So in all of the resource submission tools, there are text boxes that include a variety of formatting tools. When you are formatting text for ALEKS, the general rule to remember is use formatting when you need to, not when you want to. And what we mean by that is taking this title and selecting it and making it bold is not needed. And we are actually going to remove that formatting before approval. Now, that doesn't mean that there might not be times when formatting was necessary. For instance, maybe you were doing something like a math lesson on the meaning of pi, and you wanted to insert the math symbol for pi. Notice that we have the special character generator, and you can open it up to insert special characters. And if I look closely enough, I should find pi in here. There we go. So that enters the special character in there. There also may be times when you are referring to a book. For instance, maybe your lesson is the meaning of, let's make it more interesting, the hidden meaning behind Hamlet. Well, because Hamlet is a title, you may need to set that off. You could put that in italics. You could underline that. There might be a reason for you to use some of this formatting. Don't just use formatting because it's there. Use it when it is needed and proper. Now, in your overview, you may want to do some additional formatting. I'm going to pull some text from a Word document, and I'm going to use this as an opportunity to show you when I copy from a Word document and I paste into the ALEKS field, I have to pay attention to make sure that everything is going to look right once everything is displayed. It may look fine here, but if we go to save and save it, and then up here at the top, click here to view lesson plan as you work, this is what the end users of ALEKS will see. So we can go in and make sure that that text looks okay. And the reason you want to check that every so often is because oftentimes when you copy from Microsoft Word and you paste into an ALEKS text box, if there is some formatting that had been done, there is the possibility, save, and now this one's still open, so I can just refresh it. There is the possibility that the text will not display properly. This often happens when you copy from a website or something like that. So for instance, if I were to pull a website and, in fact, let's just copy some text from this website and paste it into one of our own areas. And notice that it is in a slightly different font. The links are there and everything looks good on this instance, but oftentimes the formatting will be off. So you do need to use that click here to view as you work tool to take a look at your lesson and make sure that it looks appropriate. So what if you do want to do some formatting? Let's talk about some of the things that are available. Obviously, you're going to select the text first and then select the tool that you want to use. If you need to indent, you can indent, and then you can indent back. You can justify. For most purposes, everything will be on Alex left justified. So you would only be centering like the heading of a section or something like that. You can also insert bullets and let it create a bulleted list for you. That list could also be a numbered list. You can also insert links. So let's say we wanted to add a link to our technology resources, and maybe we were going to use the Read Write Think website. Go to if we were going to add a link to the website, select the words that you want the link to cover, and then click on this little piece of chain, and it's going to pop up with the Insert Link window. There's a couple of fields here to fill out. First is the link URL, and I'm going to purposely try to make this wrong just so I can show you something. But if I do www.readwritethink.org, and then I'll show you why that would be incorrect in just a moment. Target is how do you want this to add. But notice as soon as I tried to go out of the HTML, the URL field, Alex gives me a warning that the URL seems to be an external link. Do you want to add the required HTTP :// prefix? I'm going to say OK, and notice that it added HTTP because that must be included, and we have a check there for it. You can never include it if you want and get that message every time, or you can remember to add that before you put your link. All right, back to Target. Target is how the link will open. When they click on it, will open in the same window, or will it open in a new window? We prefer that you always select in a new window because that way the teacher is not losing what they're working on and they just have another window or another tab open up. Title is the text that appears when you hover over a link. So I'm purposely going to put something a little bit silly in there just so that you can see it. Normally you're just going to put, for instance, Read Write Think here. But I'm going to do insert. And then to show you what that's doing, I'm going to save. And I'm going to go back and refresh where I have that plan listed. And now you see that Read Write Think is a link. If I were to click on it, it would go there. But watch when I hover over it. Takes just a second, but then there's that this is a cool link. It pops up to show you the title. So you can include some descriptive text there. Now, another common thing that is used to link is linking to things you have already uploaded. So for instance, maybe I'm going to, in my materials, I believe, or maybe it's in my steps, in my procedures, I have see attached as a reminder that this presentation is included in the lesson plan. Well, I can do it as see attached, and the users will see it when they look at the attachments, but I could also make this text a link. Now, because this text would be a link to something that I uploaded in my ALEKS plan, there's a step I have to take care of first. So if I want this to link to one of my uploaded documents, the first thing I have to do is go to view my attachments, and I'm going to see this link here, and I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to copy the link address. Now I'm just going to do close, go back to where I want it to link, select the text, select the insert link tool, and now I'm going to paste exactly what I copied. Select new window, call this presentation, file, insert, save it, give a refresh on my view page, and now you see the latitude and longitude presentation is linked, and there's presentation file as the title, and if I click on it, it will go to this document the same way as if I were to click here. It's just a more convenient way for the teachers so that they can see things as they go. So you might want to include links that way as well. Let's jump back to edit. There is also a common issue of I've got a lot of text here, especially on my procedures, and it's too hard to see everything. So here's a nice little tool. And when you toggle this full screen mode, your full screen will be this one text box. And now I can go in and do all my typing that I need to do and see everything, and then just toggle it back, and I'm right back where I was, but I'm not having to scroll in this small box as I work through creating the procedures. So that's a good little tool. Another instance, another tool that's valuable is if I go and find some text that has been formatted. So this text from Word has some underlining and some bold on it, but I don't want that when I put it in here. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to click this little paste as plain text button, and notice that it doesn't do anything except keep that button on. But now if I paste the text in there, notice the button went off and the text was put in with no formatting at all. So that's the paste as plain text. We highly recommend that you paste as plain text when copying data from Microsoft Word because of some of the extra coding that Word tries to add. It will often throw your lesson plan off. Now, what if you've already put the text in there? Like you see some bold here, there's a couple of links, but you want to get rid of that format. You can also select all of the text and click this little eraser to remove formatting. And notice that it didn't affect the links, but it took the bold out of before. So it takes out bold, underline, italics, anything like that. So if you forget, you can always remove it a little bit later. Now, in all of the fields, we have the option of adding a few of these things. For instance, if I wanted to divide this, I could add a horizontal line. It's not used very often, but sometimes you might need that. You can also do, let's see, 3, 4 times 16 squared is what I want that to be. So I can select that one character and put that in a superscript. Or maybe I needed subscript. So 3, 3 for minus 164. Change numbers there, but that could also be subscript. So if you need it, you can add it there. And then I already showed you the insert special characters menu. So those are just some of the formatting tools that are available in all of the text boxes on any ALEKS resource. And again, this works on podcast submission tools as well as learning assets, but the tools are all the same. The only place it's different, the only two places it's different is in the title. You have fewer choices because we simply don't want as much formatting in the title area. And in one of the podcast areas, it's a little bit different as well too. And it's just a limit on the number of tools. There's no other changes in how it works. So those are the formatting tools available in the ALEKS submission tools for resources. If you have any questions, at the bottom of every page of ALEKS, there is a link to contact us. Just simply send us a question and we will help you out. Thank you.